This image, we can see a pier coming off of the shoreline here. This is the north shoreline of Baffin Bay, and that pier is where the tide gauge earned its name, best I can tell. And this area right out here on the outside of the bar, immediately adjacent to that pier, was the site where I caught my first 31-inch trout. It was way back in 2002, and it was after a stormy night, and I had caught some fish just at the end of the storm, right up on the shallow parts of the bar. But then when the bite died, I wound up walking out here and making long casts out into the deeper water, and I caught that 31-incher on a skitter walk well out here in the deeper water, which is not a strategy that I use all that often. Funny part is, years later I was fishing with some customers on another May day. Both of these events happened in May, and we weren't catching anything. It occurred to me the only thing that we could do to change our luck would be to go and fish on the tide gauge bar and throw it out there in water where we couldn't wade. It was too deep to wade, and maybe this type of pattern would repeat itself. Mostly I thought we were just going to catch some fish, and these guys would leave at least having caught a few fish. And we did start catching some small trout. One of the guys in the group that day did hook a really big trout. I had told them, hey fellas, the reality is this, if some of the fish have moved out there into the deep water, and all of them have moved out there, that's why we're not catching them shallow right now, and some of the biggest fish in Texas are right out there where you're casting potentially. The fish, he hooked it out here in the deeper water, and it came up onto the bar, and it wound up breaking his line on the top of the bar. I was not close enough to see exactly how big, but from what I could see where I stood, it looked like another one of those monsters.